सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। आध्यात्मिकान् योगान् अनुतिष्ठेत् न्यायसंहितान् अनैश्चारिकान् आत्मलाभात् न परं लाभं विद्यते। तत्र आत्मलाभीयान् श्लोकान् उदाहरिष्यामः। पूः प्राण्यः सर्व एव गुहाशयस्य अहन्यमानस्य विकल्मषस्य अचलं चलनिकेतनम् येन तिष्ठन्ति ते अमृतः। यदिदं इदेहिदं लोके विषयमुच्यते विधूय कविः एतदनुतिष्ठे गुहाशयम् आत्मन्नेव अहम् अलब्ध्वा एतद्हितं सेवस्व न हितम् अथान्येषु प्रतीच्छामि साधुष्टानम् अनपेक्षया महान्तं तेजस्कायं सर्वत्र निहितं प्रभुम् सर्वभूतेषु यो नित्यः विपश्चित् अमृतः ध्रुवः अनङ्गः अशब्दः अशरीरः स्पर्शश्च महान् शुचिः स सर्वं परमाकाष्ठ स वैशुवतं स वैभाजनं पुरम्। So here the Acharya Apastamba is giving us the Atma Swarupa as given in different Upanishads. Here in the 7th sutra we were there, we have already seen the first half of it, correct? Sarva bhuteshu yo nityaha. In all the beings, whatever is the eternal or the permanent, because the deha itself is not permanent. It is going to die, it is going to disintegrate. But the dehi is nityam. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata. It is there. So that's what he is pointing out. And whoever is this dehi, this atma, it is vipaschit, it is sarvajna. See, the sarvajnatvam from an individual standpoint, how we can understand? It is the one to which everything becomes evident. In fact, it is neither the knower nor ignorant. Okay, it is neither knowledgeable nor ignorant. In that way, it is sarvajnaha only. Right? Whatever is there, even ignorance also is known by this. That you are not, whatever you know also, that I know that cognition also is only for this Atma. So this Atma is the one to which everything becomes evident. That way itself it is sarvajnaha only. Otherwise we have to say, since it is sarva bhutastam atmanam, it is the same Atma is there in each and every body also. That way also it is sarvajnaha. And so vipaschite amritaha, and because it is there in all the bodies, even only bodies die, correct? The Atma is never born, nor is it going to die. That's why it is Amritaha and it is Dhruvaha also. Okay, it is always there as it is. It doesn't shake or move or anything also. It is there only in one place, Avichalaha. Or it doesn't, in fact, like even the earth shakes, but the Atma never shakes. Then we saw the other things like Anangaha, Shabdaha, Shariraha, Sparshaha, all these things are basically negating all gunas in the Atma. The Atma itself is Nirgunaha because it is the most subtle also. And Bhashyakara showed us that as the gunas increase, the whatever the Vastu, it becomes more and more gross or physical, correct? As the number of gunas reduce, it becomes subtler and subtler. Atma is the subtlest because it does not have any guna, because everything is negated here by saying Anangaha means it does not have any physical body. Ashariraha means it is not also, the Stula Sharira also is negated for the Atma. But even after negating these two, what kind of a Vastu it is? Does it have any guna, or is it made up of, it is also like an elemental or what? Is it a Bhautika means? No, Atma is Abhautika. The Atma Jyotihi is not a Bhautika Jyoti. Atma is conscious and we call it as a Jyoti. But is it like sunlight? Sunlight is still a Bhautika Jyoti, correct? Because it is made up of only Vayu and other Agni and all these things. It is whatever is made up of the Bhutas are called Bhautika, or whatever is made up of elements in English we call them as elemental, correct? So like that, this Atma is not an elemental, it is Abhautika. Okay. Therefore, that was shown here, and because of that itself, because it does not have any guna, nothing can stick to it. Means it cannot be tainted by anything. So it is Mahan Shuchihi, means it is the greatest in terms of purity. But whatever is pure alone can also be a Pavakaha or a Pavana. It is also a purifier. Not only is it pure by itself, it is a purifier also. And then Sasarvam Paramakashta, I think we were looking at this only. Up to this point we already saw. And now it is said that this Atma itself is, this whatever Atma which is under discussion, it is everything in fact. Because that Chaitanyam alone, that Swatasiddha Swaprakasha Vastu alone is giving existence, and also it is revealing everything. Both are done by that. So it is Sarvam, it is everything. In fact, Bhashyakara quotes the Brihadaranyaka here. He said, Idam Sarvam Yadayam Atma. That is the quotation from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Itihi Vajasaneyake. Vajasaneya Samhita. The Shukla Yajurveda Samhita is called Vajasaneya Samhita, another name for that. That's why he is calling it as Vajasaneyake in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad here. So why it is Sarvam? Because he says that Nahi Atma Vyatirekena. Without the Atma being there, you cannot establish anything, correct, as existing also. So that means everything exists in the consciousness only. Because the consciousness is the invariable in every cognition. We have seen that. That means that Satchit Vastu alone is the one which is pervading each and every cognition, means it pervades everything also that way. So you cannot establish anything without the Atma being there. And therefore, because of that also it is called Parama, means what? It is the greatest. Param means something which is great or ultimate and all that. And also Kashta means what? Parama Kashta it is said. Kashta means where you can go and rest. Finally, everything resolves into this, we have to say, correct? Where everything rests or resolves into, that is called Kashta or Avasanam. It's final resting place, you can say. Atma is the final resting place. Generally, people think that some graveyard or something is final resting place. That is only for the Deha. This is the Parandhama and all we say, correct? Atma is the is the or Vida. It is the real place. Vida means what? Where you go home. We call in Tamil we call Vida also for moksha. Means wherever you feel at home finally, that is where you rest. Where you can feel contented and rest also. The resting also includes if you are not contented or if you don't have tripti also you cannot rest, correct? You are all if there is atripti means then you want to do something again. You cannot rest. So all these things also are implied here. So when we say avasanam or it is your final resting place means you are resting because you are contented. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. So this is avasanam means he is quoting Kathopanishad here. Sa kashta sa paragatihi, like that it comes in the Kathopanishad also. This Atma alone is because why all this is also some kind of imagery, correct? Because otherwise people think they have to go to some Swarga. That alone is the Paragati and all that, correct? But no, even that is not the Paramagati. Same thing even in Kenopanishad we saw, correct? Even finally it said that Anante Swarge. So that imagery is used, same imagery is used because that is the orientation of people. To give the correct orientation, it is said that Atma is the Parakashta, it is the final resting place, or it is the Paragati, means again where you go finally. Okay. Iti Katake. Why? Because he says, Bhashyakara explains, this Atma is called Parakashta, final resting place, because that is where all samsara ends, he says. Okay. So, samsara again becomes samaptihi, samsarasya samaptihi, Bhashyakara. So, samsara ends only by knowing this Atma. And this, an interesting, again, word is used here. What? Vaishuvatam. Okay, sa sarvam. So, sa sarvam and then Paramakashta, sa Vaishuvatam, it is used. Now, Vaishuvatam has come from the word Vishu. Now, all of you know what is Vishu? Vishu means what we say, Chaitra Vishu, Ashada Vishu and all that, correct? So, Vishu means, normally in fact we are celebrating the Vishu on April 14th and 15th and all that, which itself is a problem now. It shows that, see, Vishu actually means the day or the time when both the day and night are of equal lengths. Okay? Vishu means equal or madhyama. So the day, that is what we now call equinox, correct? Yeah. So we have spring equinox and then what? Autumn equinox and all that. So equinox is the day on which both the day and night are supposed to be equal lengths. In fact, that is now actually, astronomically speaking, it is on March 21st now for us. But still we are celebrating the Chaitra Vishu on April 14th or something. That means 24 days it has now come. In fact, based on that we can even calculate when it was fixed. Because really the Vishu was on April 14th means so many thousands of years before it was like that. Because there is something called, the earth also is, there is a, slowing down. It is not spinning like this. It is spinning at an angle and all that. So that is why the earth's movement is not, it itself is moving in a certain manner, because of which all these things are also shifting. That is why even Uttarayana also is wrong. Uttarayana we say, really Uttarayana is December 21st now, because solstice, winter solstice is Uttarayana. Then summer solstice is Dakshinayana. But solstice also has moved same way, correct? Instead of January 14th or 15th, it has now become December 21st. So the Uttarayanam, really Uttarayanam and Makara Sankranti are being confused in one way, correct? Uttarayana is purely an astronomical occurrence. That is occurring in December 21st itself, already it is gone. But now, even now we think we are actually Sankalpanda, we are saying Dakshinayane, Dhanur Mase and all that, correct? But really speaking, Uttarayana has started. But that's why there is even in astrology there is something called Sayanam and Nirayanam and all that.
Sayana Uttarayana has come.
Sayana Uttarayana is already gone. Some people even do Tarpana and all those things based on Sayana itself, and they don't wait for the Nirayana. Nirayana means we have stopped calculating the ayanam of the earth itself. Okay, because the Uttarayana, Dakshinayana also it is moving constantly. Because of which even our Ritu calculations are all wrong. Okay, because originally whenever the winter and summer and all had happened, even that is moving because of the ayanam itself. Because our seasons are also based on the Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, where sun is. Anyway, I don't want to go into this too much. But what I am saying is, there is a difference of opinion also whether we should also move everything or not and all that. And there is no, for now at least, it is all towards Nirayana only. Basically, we are just, whenever it was fixed at some point in time, we are following the same thing.
There was a star called Abhijit.
Yeah. So, anyway, there is so much we can get into that itself if we start discussing that. Anyway, here Vaishuvatam, based on that only we entered into all this. So, Bhashyakara gives Madhyam Sarvasya, he says. Vaishuvatam means the one who is, Madhyam means what? One who is in the middle of everything, or one who is Sama with reference to everything. Because the Atma itself, if you see Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma, Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Sarvatra Samadarshanaha means what? Everywhere this Atma is there in everything as Sama. Equally it is there everywhere. Or Samam Pashyan Hi Sarvatra Samavastitam Ishwaram and all that also is there in the Gita. Of course, yoga itself is called Samatvam Yoga Uchyate, but that Samatvam is basically your attitude towards the karma phala. But then the Jnani's drishti is that Atma alone is there everywhere, correct? So that way also it is Vaishuvatam Madhyam Sarvasya. Okay, because the Shruti also is there, correct? Ya Atma Sarvantaratma like that. So, yes, Sakshat Aparokshat Brahma, Ya Atma Sarvantaraha, like that it comes in the Brihadaranyaka also. This Atma is there within everybody equally. That's what he says here, Sarvantara Shrutehe. Or he gives one more meaning for Vaishuvatam. This is another interesting meaning. In fact, that full meaning I understood only by reading the Ujjvala, because Bhashyakara is very cryptic here. He says, Diva Kirtyeshu Mantreshu Nityam Prakashyam Bhavati iti Vaishuvataha Vishuvatsu Va. Means that there is a Sama called Diva Kirti. Okay? Diva Kirti mantra here he is saying, means it is a Sama. This Sama is chanted and the Ishvara only is praised in that Sama. But when is this Sama chanted means during the Vishuvat, he says. What is this Vishuvat means? There is a Satra called Gavayana. Okay, Gavayana Kya Samvatsara Sadhyaha Satraha, like that it is said. Means what? This Gavayana is not an ordinary ritual. Okay? Any Satra is not ordinary. Means you have to do it for many days or whatever. In this Gavayana you have to do for 1 year. Samvatsara Sadhyaha Satraha means for 360 days you have to do this Gavayana. In fact, overall duration is 361 days. Okay, it is said. In that, first 180 days is Purvardha. Then you get 1 day off. Okay, 1 day leave. 1 day you don't have to do anything. But even on that day, you have to chant this Diva Kirti Sama, this Brahma Sama it is called also. So that Sama is chanted on that day when the other things are not done. Okay, that day is called Vishuvat. That 181st day. Then another 180 days you have to do. So 361 days the Satra is there.
Satra Yaga.
Yeah, Satra means a Yaga which you are doing over a period of time. Okay, so that way, so the Gavayanakya Samvatsara Sadhyaha Satraha is there. In that 361 days, the 181st day, whatever you chant, in that whoever is praised, this Paramatma is praised, like that also Bhashyakara gives a meaning. But that meaning also is given in more detail by the Haradatta in the Ujjvala. Sa Paramatma. So the Paramatma who is praised in that Sama on the day of Vishuvat, therefore he is called Vaishuvata. But I think that Sama is better meaning than this. Okay, Samam. Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Okay. So now the one somebody is questioning, okay, what is that? This Atma is everything. Atma is the Parama Kashta also. He is the Atma is the one where everything ends. It is the ultimate end, you can say, and it is also Vaishuvata. Okay. But still, so that means that Atma is only one, correct? If it is there everywhere. But still, how it is? But no, so many people are saying I, correct? Atma is also divided. So how this one Atma is divided into many? Like this, that is the question here. Punaha tat Atma Tattvam Vibhaktam Upalabhyate iti. The Atma Tattva is basically I, correct? Everybody says I. So many I's are there that way. The I Sarvanama is used by all the beings. So how is it then divided like this? You are saying it is there everywhere. It is all sa sarvam and all that. So then Uchyate, Bhashyakara says, this is what is said, that there is only one Paramatma, but it appears as though it is divided. Correct? Or it is there in so many places. That is what is called Vaibhajanam. So the next word is Vaibhajanam, Puram is there. Correct? So Vaibhajanam means what? Vaibhajanam has come from Vibhakti only. Bhaj is the dhatu. Vibhakti only becomes Vibhajanam. Means Bhashyakara also adds the word Viveka. Viveka, Vibhajanam, Vibhakti and all. Either discriminate or separate. Correct? The Atma is one, but it appears separately as many things. Why? Okay. So wherever this Atma appears as separate, that is this body. That is why Vaibhajanam Puram is given. That Puram means again body only here. Already we saw Poof Praninaha when we said only it was Puhu means Puram means this body is called as Puram or fort. So this fort itself is called Vaibhajanam because it is the place where Atma appears to be embodied, we can say, correct, or separate. Each Atma is separated as though in the body. And that Deha is the one which separates the Atma. Or Bhashyakara says also it is where it is recognized also, correct. It is available. Atma is there everywhere, but it is specially available in each and every Deha, in the Buddhi particularly. That is why Guhashayaha also, same thing. So it is the Upalabdhi Sthanam and that is the Sharira. That is why even the Brahma Sutra is called Shariraka Mimamsa. Why? Because even in the Brahman, although it is about Brahman, but Brahman itself is to be known only as Atma, correct? So it is basically an analysis of the Dehi, whoever is there in the Sharira, Shariri. What is the nature of this Shariri? That is only analyzed even in the Brahma Sutra, and you have to discover that Shariri is none other than Brahman. So this Atma, this Sharira itself becomes the Upalabdhi Sthanam, Upalabdhi Adhishtanam for the Atma. But you think that you are a samsari and all that, that is all Adhyaropa. But once the Adhyaropa goes, the Adhishtana is clear. That knowledge is that Aham Atma, Aham Brahma. That is how it is. So, but this Sharira itself is many, he says that what Tacha Anekadha Vibhaktam. And since this Atma is available in all these Upadhis, correct? But whatever the body itself does not really divide the Atma or anything. It is like a part. We say that part divides the space and all that, but really speaking, space is indivisible, correct? It is the same way here. This each and every body is as though conditioning the consciousness or Atma. So, but this Atma is there. It is Anuvarti. In each and every Upadhi, it is Anuvarti means what it is? available or it is manifest in each and every body, and that way it is divided or it is separate. Although what? And another question also is there. Okay, if the Atma is available in all the bodies, means the samsaritvam is there. Whoever is there in the body is a samsari, correct? Then does the Atma become samsari? Means even though it is there in each and every body, it is Mahan Chuchihi that we have to go back. Okay, it is always a samsari only. The samsaritvam anal is only again adhyaropita. So Bhashyakara again says sarvatha shuddhameva, he says. Even though it is divided in each and every body, it is available, it is not tainted by any samsaritvam or any of the dosha which are all associated with the upadhi itself. All the doshas are there only in the upadhi. The Atma is not tainted by that in any manner. It is like saying the rope is tainted by the snake. The rope cannot be tainted by the snake in any way. Understand that? Although the snake may appear in the rope, it has got nothing to do with the snake. So like that, it is always, in all manner, it is pure only. And but it is not understood by the people. That is the problem. So because it is separate like this, in fact that is the reason for viparita. Viparitasta upalabhyate, he says. Viparita means what? You do not know Atma as it is. Instead you are knowing it as something else. That is atasmin tad buddhihi is there, because this Atma does appear in all the different bodies. It is manifest, and because of that alone there is an error is committed. Like this, that also is, with that sutra is over. Now the next sutra. Okay. Te yonutishtet sarvatra pradvam cha asya sadacharet durdarsham nipunam yukto yaha pashyet samodeta vishtapet. Okay, so now what? This Atma, even though it is available in all the upadhis, correct? All the different bodies. Okay, but what? If you see it as separate like that, that is only avidya, correct? And this avidya is anyway there. It is naisargika also. It is not newly created or anything. It is there always. Okay, and it is your initially, that is your swabhava. In fact, that is your swabhava darshana, means this adhyasa is not newly created or anything. It is there naturally. And that's how everybody starts with, that is their darshana or the drishti initially. And this avidya you give up by gaining Vidya. And how do you gain the Vidya? It is from the Shastra only. Vidya you have to gain Shastra Janita Darshanena, Bhashyakara says. So whatever drishti you have due to ignorance, you give it up by gaining this knowledge, and that knowledge itself is from the Shastra only. Whatever is the vision of the Shastra, with that you give up the vision of yourself which you already have as the limited being, embodied limited consciousness. You are not that. And that only, okay, it is not te actually, it is tam. Okay, tam yonutishtet is the sutra. Here it doesn't look very clear in the PDF sometimes. So tam yaha anutishtet means tam atmanam anutishtet. That tam means the one, as it is not your own drishti of the Atma. That Atma, according in whichever way the Shastra is revealing the Atma to you, in that manner you understand clearly and you are established in that. That is what is called tam yaha anutishtet, means that is that. That tam is yatokta lakshanam atmanam anutishtet, as said in the Shastra, that Atma you understand. Okay, and you are established in that. And when means all the time. Sarvatra, sarvasmin kale, because that is there in the sutra also, correct? Anutishte sarvatra means not only during the class time, even after the class is over, means that is what sahaja. See, this is what we keep on saying, correct? The other drishti also is sahaja. Initially you think I am a human being, I am only confined to this body and all that. No, that is what is creating all the problems for you, and that is natural. But then that has to go away, and whatever the Shastra Drishti is there, whatever the Shastra is revealing to you, that should become your very nature. All the time it should only be there. Even if you are sleeping, I wake you up, you should say, who are you? Means, Aham Brahmasmi. Okay? You cannot say anything else. You have to say, Aham Brahmasmi. Even so we will test you sometime.
When you asked for the introduction, everybody said their name. They didn't say
that is before the camp. So after the camp, after this class, we will test sometime. Okay. So, sarvasmin kale, all the time you should only be having this Shastra Drishti. Again, not only that, what else means? Pradhvam. Okay? Means pradhvam means, the meaning of pradhvam is bandhanam really. But generally your bandhanam is what? You are bound to the body mind sense complex, correct? But here the Acharya, by saying bandhanam, he is saying you should be bound to the Atma Swarupam, the other way around. So even this Anushtanam means, how do we gain this? Sarvasmin kale, you have to have this drishti, means how do you gain that? Means you have to bind yourself to the Atma Darshanam. Whatever as revealed by the Shastra. So that is the pradhvam means bandhanam here. Bhashyakara says Atma ekatva rasa prajnatam means this Atma, there is only one Atma, that oneness of that self, in that only your mind is all the time, it is focused on that, okay, or it is drawn by that, because Atma is anyway Ananda Swarupa means it has to be drawn to that, and in that prajna it is having sthiram prajnatam also he says. Sthiram means what? It is well established, firmly established in that vision alone, and to the exclusion of all external distractions. The Yeshanatraya, Putra Vitta, Loka Yeshana and all, you basically withdraw yourself from the Bahya Yeshana. And then basically it is Sarva Sannyasa Lakshanam, he says. Means Sarva Karma Sannyasa means that you know that you are not a Karta Bhokta. That is what is called Sarva Karma Sannyasa. Sometimes it is called Naishkarmya Siddhi also. Naishkarmya Siddhim Paramam, like this. Even in the Gita it is used. And even a text itself is written by Sureshwaracharya called Naishkarmya Siddhi. So this Sarva Sannyasa Lakshanam is this drishti is characterized by the Sarva Karma Sannyasa. And that is the bandhanam for the jnanis. Because he has to differentiate like this, because pradhvam means bondage. But you can say then, you said that moksha is freedom from all bondage. What is this bondage for the jnani means? Jnani's bondage is with the Atma alone, with the Atma Swarupa. So Bhashyakara says, Tadhi bandhanam vidushaha brahmani, he says. So you are bound to Brahman and not the samsari. See, so in this manner only one becomes what? Samsara abhimukaha na avartate means what? Once you are bound in this manner to Brahman, you can never again get into samsara, correct? You can never become a samsari. It will not come back. Only when you are bound means basically this is all for nididhyasanam only it is pointing out, correct? You are always focused on this. So this bandhana you have to always practice it. Okay, sadachare is there, correct? Tasmat bandhanam chasya sada acharet. Means that is the only thing you are engaged in. Sada acharanam, you do that. You are engaged in this. That is nididhyasanam in fact. You are recollecting this same jnanam or this vision so that you are permanently focused on that. So then what? Why should you even do this then? Okay. Because of this, what are you going to achieve? Means because this Atma is otherwise Durdarsham. Durdarsham means Dukkhena. It is gained with some difficulty. Why it is difficult to gain means because you have to give up all other, your natural instincts you have to overcome, correct? Everybody's natural instinct is to go after the sense objects only. But you have to come out of that and become Avritta Chakshuhu, Amritatvam Icchan. You have to analyze your own pursuits, have a certain Viveka, and even after that, pursuing this is not something easy. That's why when Bhagavan says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. So out of 1,000, maybe one comes to this Vedanta study. Even out of that, only a few actually understand or really see this truth and all that. That's said that. So that's why it is Durdarsham, because you have to do Tyaga of all the Yeshanas and all that. That is not easy. And once you do this, what you become? Nipunam. Because you have achieved something which is very difficult, you are now a Nipunaha. Nipunaha means normally it is like an expert and all that, right? Somebody who has some specialized knowledge. But here this Nipuna is used with reference to Atma Jnanam only. Okay? So you are a Nipuna now. Means Bhashyakara further explains why you are a Nipuna, because Atyanta Kaushalena Samahita Chetasa Yuktaha Yaha Pashyet Sakshat Ubalabetha Aham Atma iti. So that Kushala word is used even here, correct? Even Bhagavan used the word Kushalam. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Means you are Nipuna because your vision is smart. See, Kushalatvam means not just skill or anything, but it is being smart or something. You are from the ordinary, you have got something extraordinary. That is the Kushalatvam here. Okay, so you have that Kaushalam and you have Samahita Chitta also, he says. Basically, you have a mind which is available, which is not distracted and all that, which has a certain disposition, and being united or being with that mind, you see this Sakshat, this Atma Tattvam. Okay, you have gained this Aham, I am this Atma, like this. And what is the result of that? Modeta means it is Ananda. You have gained the Ananda Swarupa because this Atma is Vijnanam Anandam Brahma, correct? It is not only Ananta. Ananta only is Ananda really, because it is not a wanting being. It is Purnaha. It is complete in itself. It does not lack anything. You are not a lacking being. You don't have any more Ragadvesha, or you are happy being yourself. Atmanyeva Atmana Tuttaha. That is the important thing. So Modeta. So in this manner what? Evam Dritva, in this manner seeing oneself, Harsham Ananda Lakshanam Prapnuya. So you gain this Ananda. Harsha also is another word for Ananda only. Ecstasy, bliss and all that you can say, whatever it is. But generally we don't use the word bliss and all that because they think that it is some kind of special experiential bliss and all that. In fact, in the Vijnanam Anandam Brahma portion of Brihadaranyaka, Bhashyakara writes a very big Bhashya to show that Vijnanam Anandam being Lakshana of Brahman, correct? Anandam Brahma is a Brahma Lakshanam Anandam. That cannot be an experiential Sukha. Because every experience is short-lived, correct? Experiential Sukha cannot be a Lakshana of Brahman because it comes and goes. So he writes a very long Bhashya there. Because others are saying, no, why should it not be experiential? Because it is Brahma Lakshanam, because it has to go along with other things also, correct? Ananta, so many other Lakshanas are there. Therefore, it is that Ananda word means it is Swarupa Ananda. It's not a Vishaya Ananda. Okay? It is not an ananda which you experience because you come into contact with something in your mind or anything like that. It is not a manovritti based ananda. In fact, the whatever ananda which is, in fact, later on in the Brihadaranyaka also it says, correct? Matram upajivanti and all that. The same ananda only is manifest even in the manovritti. Whatever Vishaya Sukha you enjoy, etc., are all only an amsha or whatever, a small manifestation of this same ananda. So that is the Swarupa ananda. So Brahmanaha ananda is not some experience or anything. Okay? So that is important. The same thing here we have to understand. And also again, normally even any ananda we say has dukkha mishritvam and all we say, correct? Anything you gain has some dukkham. Is it like that here means? No. Vishtape. Okay, Vigata Santapa Lakshane Bhashyakara. Because there is no Santapa or any suffering or any dukkha anymore. Atmavit Tarati Shokam. So all Shoka etc. is gone. So this is only Ananda without any mixing up of any kind of dukkha and all that, because you can never lose it, correct? Once you have gained it, it can never be lost. That is the thing. And it is with you always. You don't even have to do anything. Even both, there is no effort for kshema and all that. Kshema, because you are always that Swarupa only. There is nothing to lose here. So this does not have any tapa associated with that. That's why Vishtape. So then next sutra. Atman Pashyan Sarva Bhutani Na Muhyet Chintayan Kavihi Atmanam Chaiva Sarvatra Yaf Pashyet Savai Brahma Akaprishte Virajati. Okay. So now this Atman Pashyan means here Atmani Pashyan we have to take. Bhashyakara says the one who gains this Atma in oneself, not anywhere else. Then again further here Jnana Phalam only is said here. Okay. So what happens once one sees or once one knows this Atma as it is, means you have Sarvatma Bhava. Sarvatma Bhava is given as the Phala here. So not only you see your Atma in yourself, but Sarva Bhutani. So this Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. This comes in Gita, but it is there in Ishavasya itself. Yastu Sarvani Bhutani Atmanyeva Pashyet. Or Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaiva Abhut Vijanataha Tatra Ko Moha Kashyokaha Ekatvam Anupashyataha, like that and all. Ishavasya 6 and 7. So there again the Sarvatma Bhava is said in two ways. One is what? Your Atma alone is there in each and every being. But not only that, that is not enough. What if they are still separate and your Atma alone is there inside that and all that? No. Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. Correct? All Bhutas are there in you and you are there in all the Bhutas. So both ways it is said to show that there is nothing other than this Atma. So that is the Sarvatma Bhava here. In both the Ishavasya Upanishad also it is said like that. Gita also says the same thing. Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam. Means all this Atma is there in all the Bhuta. Sarva Bhutastam means it is there in all the beings. But that's not alone. Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. All Bhutas are there in you only. All the beings are in you. That Atma we are talking about. Ikshate Yoga Yukta Atma. So the one who has this Jnanam, there Yoga is Jnanam only. The Yoga again has another definition in the 6th chapter. Okay. Tam Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam Yoga Samjitam. Like that. Yoga means by knowing which you get dissociated from all dukkha, it seems. Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam. Like that double negative is used. Very interesting way. That is yoga in fact. Yoga is really Viyoga. Bhagavan says. because you don't have any more association with any dukkha. By knowing this Brahman, this Atman, tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga samhitam sanischayena yoktavyaha yogo nirvinna chetasa, and all it goes. So the 6th chapter also is beautiful. So here this sarva bhutani. So the one who is Bhashyakara here says, so sarva bhutani means sarvani bhutani, sarvesham bhutanam atma swarupatam eva pashyan. So means in all the beings you see only your own self. And sarvatra atmanam cha param. Everywhere this Atma alone is there as the ultimate reality. And one who sees this vision, what? Na mukhyet, na moham gachet, means there is no more any delusion. All delusion is because you think you are a limited being, you are a samsari. That moha is no more there. Na mukhyet, there is no more moham. And again he quotes the Ishavasya only. So once one has this Atma Darshana, there cannot be any moha at all. Moha cannot come back also. So he quotes the same Tatra ko mohaha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha, like that. Once you have this Atma Darshana, means there cannot be where. What moha is there, like that it is asked, means it is a negational question, correct? What moha can one have? Once one has known oneself, there is no more moha or delusion, like that the mantra is there, mantra linga. And again, what kind of, here see, 2 words are used in the sutra, correct? Atman Pashyan is there, but he is also using Chintayan later. In the next line, Na Mukhyet Chintayan Kavihi is there. So why this Chintayan is there? So Bhashyakara is now has to give some connection, correct? Pashyan also is there, Chintayan also is there. So what kind of Atma Darshana one should have so that this moha will be permanently, it will be gone, right? It will never come back. Otherwise sometime was the same thing. In the class everything is clear. But you go outside and having tea means moha has come back. So how can this moha go permanently, means Chintayan, Bhashyakara says, that's why means you have to be also Upahrita Karanaha and all that. Basically you should not get distracted into other things again, and then again you become only a limited being with respect to all other objects and all that, correct? That is the problem. So you have to have certain Manana Nididhyasanam only is again indicated here. And once you are like that, Kavi, you become a Kavi, means Kavir Manishi, like that. It is, even in the Ishavasya itself, this Kavi word and all comes. Kavi means again Bhashyakara gives us Medhavi only. Medhavi san dhyayamanaha, he says.
Is there possibility once you get the Atma Darshan, the distraction
also will go away. That is the other way around, correct? That is the positive reinforcement. Once you are more and more interested only in Vedanta, wherever you go, only some Vedanta Vachanam only comes, correct? Even while eating, you can think of Aham Annam and all I said. Wherever you go, something like that only you are taught, naturally it will go towards that. That's what should happen. In fact, that's why I am saying it should be a joyous pursuit. Pursuit of Vedanta itself has to be joyous, because it is not that something you are desperately drawing yourself out of something and coming and all that. Once you have a certain viveka, it has to be effortless. But it will still take time. That's all. This whole thing, that's all is one has to understand. So, this, you are a Medhavi, means this Atma Darshanam itself makes you into a Sarvajnaha in one way, correct? So, you are Kavihi, Medhavi. So, further he explains, he gives a note that the same thing. Shabda Janita Darshana Matrena Moha Pagamaha Na, he says. Means just by reading some book or doing Vedadhyanam of Upanishad only, the Shabdartha alone is not enough, correct? Or knowing Vedanta as a fact is not enough. It is not enough that there are 3 bodies, 5 koshas, the 5 Mahabhutas are there, Panchikaranam happens, world is there, all that is fine. It's not about gathering facts. Because of that, this moha will not go away, he says. Means when will it go? Means the Atma Drishti means you have to really understand that you are the Atma of all the beings. That's what he is saying. Sarva bhuteshu anupravishtam ekam samyavahara kale yaha hi yuktaha pashe. So other thing is what? While sitting in the class, I said all the things are clear. So aham Atma sarva bhutastaha. I am not this body, mind, sense complex alone. All that is clear. But once you go out into the Vyavahara, what happens? Is the same drishti still there? It has to be there. The one who is still having the same drishti even in while doing Vyavahara. Karmanya abhipravruttopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Bhagavan says, correct? Even you may be engaged in any Vyavahara, but you are not looking yourself as akarta, you are not as a karta, correct? You are still akarta. Karmanya abhipravruttopi, even though you are completely engaged in action on different things, that Atma Darshanam never leaves you means it's all fine. It is like you are an actor in a drama, correct? Whatever character you may play, 10 different roles, double act, triple act, 9 acts, whatever, but still you are clear about who you are, correct? That clarity, if it is there even when you are in Vyavahara, that's what he is saying. Then it is fine. That should be there. Then such a person alone is Savai Brahma Brahmanaha. So in the sutra it is there, correct? Savai Brahma. Who is Brahma? The one, even though engaged in the Vyavahara, in the transactional world, never loses this Atma Ekatva Darshanam. Aham Atma Sarva Bhuteshu Sthitaha. All these things should be clear. And such a person alone is Brahma means Brahmanaha means Brahma Veda iti Brahmanaha here, not Brahmana Jati or anything. In fact, there is a Vajra Shuchiko Upanishad also. There also the Vichara is done, who is a Brahmana. Yenge Brahmana like that. Cho also wrote one drama and also it came in the TV, I think. There also he talks something like this only, I think. I didn't see that TV, but I think he is Cho being a well-read and learned person, he would have also gone in the same direction, I think. So the Brahmana here is Brahma Veda iti Brahmanaha. And then what happens? Naka Prishte. So this Naka is a very interesting word, correct? This Naka Prishta comes in Durga Suktam also, correct?
Nagasya Prishtam Abhisambhuja Vaishnavim.
So Nagasya Prishtam, same thing, Naka Prishta means Akam. Kam means Sukha. Akam means Dukha. But Akam na vidyate yasmin iti Naka. Wherever there is no Dukha, that is called Naka. So Naka is another word for Swarga. It is double negative, but okay. Akam yasya na yasmin na vidyate iti, that is called Naka. And Naka Prishta means again even the whatever the best portion of the Swarga you can take, okay. Prishta Bhaga means back of the Swarga means, or the topmost tier of Swarga and all that. Shuka Rasho it is said, means basically it is Sukha only. Means here it is taken as Brahmani, like even Anante Swarge is taken as Brahmani in Kenopanishad, same thing. In this context, basically it cannot be any Naka and all, can be not a Swarga where you go somewhere. Brahman is only called as Naka Prishta, again because that orientation is there like that. This is the real Naka Prishta, like that we have to take Brahmani. And in that Virajati means Vividham Rajate means you are in your own glory, correct? You are shining in your own glory in this Brahman, which is Atman. So like this, the Atma Tattvam has been explained here beautifully, and the Jnana Phalam also has been talked about. Further few more sutras are there, we will see that in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Dachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari Om.